What's up? I'm Jeff Haynes from Tech Bargains, and this is the video unboxing of the Apple iPad mini. Steve Jobs famously once said that there was absolutely no market for a 7-inch tablet and that Apple would never make one. However, despite his comments, rumors persisted for more than 2 years that Apple was working on a smaller version of their popular iPad. Well, in late October 2012, Apple announced the iPad mini, and at the beginning of November 2012, they finally released it to store shelves. Now, we just got one into the office, and we thought we'd unbox it and show you exactly what you can expect if you go to an Apple store or you order one from apple.com. Now, the very first thing, of course, that you'll notice is that this is a very small box, and that's because it is exactly containing the iPad mini in its standard Apple packaging. Now, as you can see, it has the typical traditional Apple packaging, so you've got the branding, you've got the Apple logos, you've even got the imagery of exactly what the tablet is. And once you remove the lid, which is actually rather tightly packed onto the box, you are immediately presented with the iPad mini. This happens to be the black 16GB version. It also comes in 32 and 64 gig versions as well. And I'll just take this out and put it to the side, and we'll just go through the rest of what's inside the box before we get to the tablet itself. So right here you happen to have a lot of the stickers and all the other standard information that you typically get with an Apple product, like the quick start guide and the warranty information, stuff like that. At the bottom you have your power adapter, and right here you have the new lightning plug, which, as you can see, has the lightning connector on either side, so it doesn't particularly matter which side you use to charge your iPad. You can put it in either side, which is a very big difference from the old 30-pin connector. But of course, the obvious focus is on the brand new iPad mini. Now, as you can see, it's definitely a lot smaller, and as Tim Cook even says, this isn't a 7-inch tablet, it's a 7.8-inch tablet. Those are a little bit of semantics, but basically the dimensions are pretty much accurate. It's 7.8 inches high by 5.3 inches wide, 0.2 inches deep, and it weighs 0.6 pounds. So it's definitely one of those devices that you can hold in one hand without any problem, and you probably won't even really notice the weight. It's obviously half the weight of an iPad 2 or an iPad 3. But why don't we take a really quick spin around the outside of this device before we get to the internal specs of the iPad mini. So on this side, you happen to have the mute switch as well as your volume controls. On the top, you have your power button. You also have your 3.5 millimeter jack for your headphones. On the back of the iPad mini, you have the rear-facing 5-megapixel camera, which can capture video in up to 1080p, which counters the front-facing 1.2-megapixel FaceTime camera, which can capture in 720p. You also have the home button, as well as the 7.9-inch diagonal screen with a native resolution of 1024 by 768 at 163 pixels per inch, which is a slight increase in pixel density over the iPad 2, which had the same native resolution, but a 132 pixel per inch, so that's actually a little bit different for the smaller form factor. Finally, on the bottom you have the lightning connector actually between the two speakers right here. The iPad mini is powered by the dual-core A5 chip with 512 megabytes of RAM. It also comes, as I already mentioned, in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte versions in either the black and slate version, as you see right here, or the white and silver version of the iPad mini. So that's a really quick look at the Apple iPad mini. Be sure to come back to our website in the upcoming weeks where we'll have a full review of this particular tablet. For the latest coupons and deals on tablets like the Apple iPad mini, be sure to go to techbargains.com/Apple. To enter our monthly giveaway, make sure you always check out techbargains.com/YouTube. And to watch our video unboxings, video reviews, and exclusive video features, be sure to go to techbargains.com/videos.